Today, you're holding a simple 2 rupees coin, but its past is far from simple. This small piece of metal has witnessed political change, cultural pride, and economic struggle. What secrets are engraved inside this 1984 Sri Lankan coin? Stay till the end, because the final truth may surprise even serious collectors. Welcome to CoinX. For this 2 rupees coin from Sri Lanka, dated 1984, belongs to an important transitional era in the country's monetary and political history. During the early 1980s, Sri Lanka was redefining its national identity after decades of colonial influence, and this coin reflects that transformation clearly. Issued by the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, the coin was designed not just for daily trade, but also to symbolize sovereignty, unity, and cultural heritage. The metal composition, size, and design were carefully chosen to balance durability with symbolic value. At first glance, it may look common, but every detail on this coin was intentionally selected to tell a story of a nation standing on its own feet. In markets, buses, and rural villages, this coin passed through millions of hands, silently becoming part of everyday life. Yet behind that everyday use lies a deeper historical meaning. Many such coins disappear with time, but some survive to tell their story decades later. This is one of those survivors. Its scratches and wear are not damage, but historical evidence. This coin is not rare because of gold or silver, but because of the era it represents. And that era was full of change, uncertainty, and hope. On the obverse side of the coin, we see the Sri Lankan coat of arms, a powerful national symbol. At the center stands the lion holding a sword, an ancient emblem dating back over 2,000 years, representing bravery, strength, and sovereignty. The lion has always been closely tied to Sri Lankan identity, appearing in ancient kingdoms long before modern currency existed. Surrounding the lion are traditional elements inspired by Buddhist and Sinhalese art, reminding viewers of the island's spiritual foundations. The circular layout reflects continuity and unity, a message that the nation wanted to reinforce during a politically sensitive period. In 1984, Sri Lanka was facing internal challenges, and symbols like these were meant to inspire confidence. Coins became silent messengers of national pride. Even someone who couldn't read could recognize the lion and understand its meaning. That is the power of coin design. Over time, many collectors overlook such coins because they were produced in large numbers, but symbolism often matters more than scarcity. This side of the coin speaks without words. It tells you who Sri Lanka is and what it stands for. The reverse side displays the denomination 2 rupees written in Sinhala, Tamil, and English, which is extremely important historically. This trilingual format reflects Sri Lanka's multicultural society and the government's attempt to represent all major communities. Few coins in the world successfully balance language, design, and political sensitivity like this one. The large number 2 dominates the design, ensuring instant recognition in daily use. The year 1984 marks a time when Sri Lanka was modernizing its economy while dealing with rising internal tensions. Currency design during such times becomes more than decoration. It becomes policy. Including multiple languages was a statement of inclusion, whether fully achieved or not. Every time this coin was exchanged, it reinforced the idea of shared national space. That is why collectors today see it as more than just pocket change. It represents a moment when unity was emphasized through everyday objects. Even worn examples carry this message, and that message still speaks today. The metal used in this coin was chosen for practicality rather than luxury. Made primarily from a copper-nickel alloy, it was resistant to corrosion and ideal for tropical climates like Sri Lanka's. Earlier coins often suffered from fast wear due to humidity, but this alloy solved many of those problems. The weight and thickness were carefully calculated so the coin felt valuable in hand, even if its monetary value was modest. Governments understand psychology and weight matters. A light coin feels cheap, but this one had presence. That physical presence helped maintain public trust in currency. Over decades, many of these coins survived precisely because of their durable composition. Today, collectors often find them in surprisingly good condition. The choice of metal also reflects global minting trends of the 1980s. Sri Lanka was aligning itself with international standards while preserving local identity. This balance is what makes the coin historically significant. In 1984, Sri Lanka was experiencing economic reforms that changed trade, banking, and currency circulation. Coins like this 2 rupees piece became essential in daily transactions, especially for working-class citizens. It was commonly used for transportation, food purchases, and small services. For many families, these coins represented survival rather than collection. Children saved them in tins, shopkeepers counted them late at night, and travelers carried them across towns. Each coin lived many lives. Some were lost, some melted, and some forgotten in drawers. Only a fraction survived to be appreciated decades later. That is why condition matters today. A well-preserved 1984 coin is a small miracle of history. It escaped loss, damage, and neglect. That survival adds emotional value beyond price. Collectors don't just collect metal. They collect survival stories. What makes this coin even more interesting is how unnoticed it remains in global numismatics. While collectors chase gold and silver, coins like this quietly rise in historical importance. The 1980s marked a shift in Asian coinage toward stronger national symbolism. Sri Lanka followed this trend with confidence. The artistic style may seem simple, but simplicity itself was intentional. Clear designs reduce confusion and increase trust. The coin did exactly that. Over time, inflation reduced its purchasing power, but not its symbolic power. Today, it reminds us how value changes, but history remains. Many people unknowingly spend coins that collectors later search for. That thought alone creates suspense. How many valuable historical coins are still hiding in pockets or old boxes? This could be one of them. From a collector's perspective, the 1984 Sri Lanka 2 rupees coin is not extremely rare, but rarity is not everything. Demand grows when history becomes interesting, and this coin's story is becoming more relevant with time. Coins connected to identity, language, and political transition often gain attention later. As new generations rediscover history through YouTube and digital media, interest in such coins increases. Channels like CoinX4 play a huge role in this rediscovery. Education creates value. Once people understand what they are holding, they see it differently. That is how ordinary coins become extraordinary collectibles. This coin is a perfect example of that transformation. There is also a quiet mystery surrounding how many of these coins were actually minted and how many remain today. Official numbers exist, but real survival figures are always lower. Coins are lost, damaged, exported, or destroyed. Every surviving coin narrows that gap. Collectors often wonder whether future generations will value these coins more than we do today. History suggests yes. Many coins once ignored are now museum pieces. The suspense lies in time. Will this coin be common forever, or is it quietly moving toward collectible status? Only time will answer that question, and that uncertainty is what excites true numismatists. Another fascinating aspect is emotional nostalgia. For Sri Lankans, this coin triggers memories of childhood, markets, and simpler times. Emotional connection often drives collecting more than profit. A coin that reminds people of home, struggle, or growth carries invisible value. That emotional layer cannot be graded or priced, but it exists. This is why such coins slowly gain importance. They represent lived history, not distant empires. Modern collectors increasingly appreciate that. Few objects can do that so effectively that in the end, this 1984 Sri Lanka 2 rupees coin proves one powerful truth. History doesn't need to be expensive to be important. It only needs to be understood. This coin traveled through time, economy, politics, and people's lives to reach us today. Its value lies in what it represents, not what it costs. If you have one, you are holding a small chapter of Sri Lankan history. And if you don't, now you know what to look for. Coins like this are reminders that even the smallest objects can carry the biggest stories. That's why we explore them. That's why we collect them. And that's why, here on CoinX4, every coin matters. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel.